Hey kids, welcome back to Let's Play Morrowind. We are just polishing up the, the Andrano Ancestral Tomb. As I mentioned last episode, I think that Hlena is not a character who loots Ancestral Tombs, so as tempted as I am to grab all of this stuff, we will not. We came here because we were, we kind of had to, we had to do this mission and get the skull of Lavule Andrano. God, those names are hard to pronounce. The double consonants and the Dunmer names. There's nothing else to do in here actually. We did it all. But yeah. Anyway, so I don't think Hlena is superstitious. As such, I don't think that she thinks it's bad. Bad luck or a bad omen to steal from these tombs, but I don't think it's in her character. I don't think she likes the idea of looting the ancestors, looting the dead in that way. Dwemer ruins are a bit different, right? Because it's a totally different race, and they're totally historical and kind of. Anyway, we're done in here. Let me just, yeah, we did everything. But yeah, no. So yeah, I don't think she's really going to be into looting tombs. We'll have lots of excuses to go into ancestral tombs and explore them. I'm sure many missions will take us there. For now, we are going to head back to Balmora. Well, are we though? Because I have plans here. So we got to take that. Yeah, I got a better way of doing this. I have big plans for this episode and this series. It's been a very slow, leisurely pace right now. We're gonna go to Seyda-Neen, which, or does that mean we want to go this way? Yeah, we're gonna go to Seyda-Neen, and we're gonna take the Silt Strider. We're gonna temporarily drop Oliver in Seyda-Neen and come back for him afterwards. We're going to Balmora. We've also got to go to Ald'ruhn. One thing I realized is that we have not yet once taken the Silt Strider in this series. I've done a bit of walking off screen, especially up north, over areas that we already covered, but I didn't use the Silt Strider in that either. As if you can believe it. God, I'm not even going the right way, am I? Nope. Nope. Yeah, no. So yeah, no. I've been pretty much role playing that. Okay, what we need to go up and then to the left up here. Yes. Yeah, no. So I've been walking everywhere, mostly because it's role playing for the character, and it's also. It's good to kind of grind a bit, level 1. Part of it as well is that we're going to Tamriel Rebuilt. That's the plan here. I wanted to get some low-level quests done in Vvardenfell, kind of get the main quest going a bit, which is what we're doing right now. Get some of those low-level quests out of the way. I don't want to delay going to Tamriel Rebuilt because I know that there are some. I mean, I've been told anyway. I've been told, and I've done a little bit of research, and there are low-level quests specifically for the temple in newly released regions of Tamriel Rebuilt. So I want to do those. I don't want us to arrive there at level 40 and like what are we now? We're level 8. I don't want us to arrive there at level 40 and have it be a total cakewalk, especially because I play. This is not. Particularly the mod setup I have is the game is not really leveled, so yeah, I'd like to do those early level quests. I'd also like to get us out of the beaten path of Morrowind stuff and discover genuinely new things in this Let's Play. So yeah, this will be the last episode of kind of basic early game Morrowind stuff, and we're just gonna tie up some loose ends. And I think we will make our way. Maybe we'll try and take a boat to Tamriel Rebuilt. But for now, let's go to Balmora. Did I? Yeah, you're down there. Okay. You'll notice one of the reasons I didn't take the Soul Strider as well is that I have a mod that increases the cost of fast travel in the game. I don't particularly like fast travel. I mean, it's not that I don't like it. It has its uses. I understand. Like, it's not like a debate I want to enter into. Like, it's perfectly reasonable to fast travel around a video game. It's, you know, it's not that I think it's like not. Fix that guy. It's not like I don't think it's a, you know, I don't think it's like a cheap way to play the game or something like that. But I, you know, I find that Morrowind is just so wonderfully immersive that it's really worthwhile to explore. And we're going to be doing a lot of that in Tamriel Rebuilt. I'm going to try and get Oliver there. And I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if Oliver can ride on the boat. I'm not sure if it works if we have him following us, whether he will follow us on boats. If he won't, I will find a workaround, either on screen or off screen, depending on how tedious that workaround is. So let's take this skull to what's his name here? Sharn Gra Musgob. Again? Is this about the errand you were doing for me? Very good, I'll just take that skull from you, perfect for what I have in mind, thank you. Now, as I promised, I'll answer the questions on the Nerevarine cult. Go ahead. The Ashlander cult believes the long-dead hero Nerevar will be reborn to honor ancient promises to the tribes. According to legend, the prophesied Nerevarine will cast down the false gods of the Tribunal Temple, restore the traditional ancestor worship practiced by the Ashlanders, and drive all Outlanders from Morrowind. Both Temple and Empire outlaw the cult, but it persists among the Ashlanders, who care little for Imperial or Temple law. Here, take this copy of my notes on the topic for Caius. Cool. You have anything to say about Nerevar? Nerevar is a first-age hero of the Dunmer people. He was a great general and leader. He helped form the First Council, united the Dunmer houses against foreign invaders, aided by the traders of House Dagoth. He triumphed over Morrowind's enemies at Red Mountain, but died in battle. And the Ashlanders have a prophecy that... Okay, he's basically saying the same thing here. Cool. Let's take a look at those notes. This Ashlander religious cult follows prophecies of the Nerevarine cult, yeah. Prophecies of a Nerevar reborn to honor ancient promises to the tribes, to reestablish the traditions of the prophet Veloth, to cast down the false gods of the Tribunal Temple, and to drive all Outlanders from Morrowind. Both Temple and Empire outlaw the cult, but it persists among the Ashlanders, despite Imperial and Temple repression. Because it is persecuted, it remains a secret cult, and it is hard to judge how widespread it is among the Ashlanders, or whether it has any following outside the Ashlander tribes. That's what I love about Morrowind lore. It's like, we've already got like the Imperial cult and the Tribunal Temple, and there's other gods out there, like the Altmer have their own gods, but there is a sense... The more you learn about the lore, the more you have a sense that there is, you know, these gods are real. They're real. They exist. You encounter them. The deities kind of overlap between the different religions, and the religions as practiced by the characters in the game, the ordinary people of the game, the mortals of the game, let's say, the religions are interpretations of these gods, these living real gods, and there's different interpretations, some of which are considered heretical, and it's not sort of like, oh, I believe in my gods and you believe in your gods and we can't get along for that. It's more like a sort of Protestant versus Catholic, for example, or I don't know, a Sunni or Shiite interpretation, or a, you know, Catholic or Orthodox, or even like Christian, Jewish, like they're all related beliefs. They're all kind of related beliefs, and the religion of the game is the interpretation of those beliefs. So, very interesting. The Ashlanders firmly believe that Nerevar will return to restore the glories of ancient Resdain, which is the old name for Morrowind, before the Imperial occupation. So the Imperial occupation is pretty recent, right? Sorry. Imperial occupation is pretty recent, and so it's kind of neat to know that Morrowind would not have been called Morrowind not all that long ago. The Ashlanders say that the great houses in the temple have abandoned the pure teachings of the prophet Veloth, forsaking ancestor worship for the false gods of the Tribunal, and embracing the comforts of civilization that corrupted the High Elves. The temple, on the other hand, venerates Saint Nerevar, but rejects the disgusting notion that the false incarnate will walk the earth like a ghoul. So yeah, it's theology, you know. It's a theological interpretation, and whether or not there is going to be a Nerevarine, I don't know. Who knows? Whether or not there's going to be a Nerevarine, even if there was one, the temple doesn't like the idea of it because they, you know, it's really interesting stuff. The temple honors Saint Nerevar as the greatest Dunmer general, first counselor and companion of Vivek, Almalexia, and Sothasil, who united the Dunmer houses to destroy the evil Dwemer, the treacherous House Dagoth, and their western allies at Red Mountain. But the Ashlanders say Nerevar promised to honor the ancient spirits and the tribal law, and that he will come again to honor that promise. To the Ashlanders, this means destroying the false temple and driving the imperial invaders from the land. Nerevarine prophecies. Dream visions and prophecies are a respected tradition in Ashlander culture. Their wise women and shamans take careful notes of dreams and visions and pass on the tribe's legacies of vision and prophecy to their successors. By contrast, the temple and the Western faiths are suspicious of mysticism, and they regard interpretation of dreams and visions as primitive superstition. So it's kind of neat too, you know. Like if you think about the temple as kind of a Catholic church. I mean, and that's just one out of many analogies you could make, and I don't think that I don't know if you're Catholic and you're watching this or something, it's not like a criticism or anything. It's interesting how, like, when you look at Christian theology, there's all of these traces of earlier religions, earlier superstitions, or seasonal holidays and stuff like that, and some of those have been transformed into some kind of other ritual, and some of them are really regarded as sort of superstitious and somewhat sacrilegious, and it's neat that there's a really well fleshed out world in Tamriel in general, and I find particularly in this game. I don't have as much experience in Daggerfall as I would like in terms of the lore and stuff, and the earlier lore, but this game in particular, the way it brings it into the main quest is pretty cool. The most common version of the Nerevarine prophecy is the Stranger. The verses are obscure, as are most prophecies, but two observations are in order. First, many less well-informed scholars assume that the phrase journeyed far neath moon and star is just a cliché to suggest a very long journey, but the Nerevar of legend was known to possess a magical ring named One Clan Under Moon and Star, upon which Nerevar is supposed to have sworn his promise to honor ancient Ashlander traditions and land rights. Second, the reference to 7 curses most certainly refer to the lost prophetic verses known to the Ashlander as the 7 curses. And what is this, a poem here? Yeah, the Stranger. When earth is sundered and skies choked black and sleepers serve the 7 curses, to the hearth there comes a stranger, journeyed far neath moon and star, through stark born and to sire uncertain, his aspects marks his certain fate, wicked stalk him, righteous curse him, prophets speak but all deny, many trials make manifests, the stranger's fate, the curse's bane, many touchstones try the stranger, many fall but one remains. I'm just trying to see if this is actually rhyming. These two lines rhyme, but I don't think. No. Well, poems and lore are always a bit of a struggle. You ever read like the Lord of the Rings as a teenager, and like you're just like, Tolkien, why did you write like a 3-page poem in the middle of this novel? Like, who's gonna read that? I don't know. That's how I feel, but maybe you guys love that shit. Lost prophecies. Ashlander elders complain of prophecies which have been lost to tribal memory due to the carelessness or ineptitude of earlier generations of wise women or Ashkans. Suspicious scholars wonder whether these prophecies might have been deliberately forgotten or suppressed. 3 Nerevarine prophecies in particular are said to have been lost. 1. The lost prophecies, 2. the 7 curses, and 3. 7 visions of 7 trials of the incarnate. Perhaps these lost prophecies will someday be found, either in forgotten accounts written by literate travelers, or in the memories of isolated Ashlanders, or in the secret traditions of the wise women and shamans. Very, very cool stuff. Glad we read that. I've been resisting reading a lot in this Let's Play because, man, if I read every episode, then every episode would just be me reading in this game. There's just so much stuff. I was watching one of Sorcerer Dave's Skyrim Let's Plays, and he cracked a joke at one point I thought was just hilarious, where he said, "Oh, it seems like he's in character." He said, "Oh, it seems like all the books, and it seems like they've stopped writing books since the end of the Last Age," by which he meant, of course, that they have added very few books to Elder Scrolls games since Morrowind. Many of the books you see in later games are from Morrowind or indeed earlier games. Yeah, so in the process of reading that, I realized that I forgot something in Seidarnin. I am going to go grab it off screen. I'm going to use the console to do that because I'm not going to like dump a bunch of money in the Silt Strider just because I forgot something. We forgot we forgot the helmet that we need to take to Ald'ruun. So yeah, I'll do that off screen, but you know what, before we do that, let's go to Caius. Let's go to Caius and deliver this note that we've just read to him. We also need to go grab our alchemy gear at the temple. If we're going on a long trip in Tamriel Rebuilt. This is the 20th episode of this Let's Play, and I want to spend like I don't know how many episodes, but I want to spend lots of time in Tamriel Rebuilt before we come back to Vvardenfell. Because you guys have probably seen lots of Vvardenfell over the years, and wanted to provide a backstory for this character and get some of those early quests done. But yeah, so we need our alchemy gear. Hello, Caius.
Talk, I would consider it a privilege.
Are you here to discuss your orders, Hlena, or is there something else you want? Orders. And these are Sharn's notes on the Nerevarine cults. Excellent. I'm promoting you to Blade's Apprentice, Hlena. I'd like some time to think about how this fits in with the Emperor's plans for you, so if you'd like to get in a little freelance adventuring, go ahead. But whenever you're ready, I'll have new orders for you. I'm going to take another moment here, and I think I did this maybe just last episode, but just to talk about the progression of the main quest in this game. This is just excellent. Like, there's no need to click this button. And it really pushes you even not to. It really pushes you to go on and explore the world, and I think that's a symptom of the early 3D world that was Morrowind. I think both Daggerfall and Morrowind, in fact, were such huge worlds, both in their own way. Daggerfall in its sheer size, and Morrowind in the combination of size and detail, visual detail, which may not seem impressive now, but in 2002 was very impressive, and I think the developers were really trying to push the player to take advantage of that. I think they felt that was the game's strongest point, and so they designed a main quest that repeatedly tells you to not follow it and to go and do other things. Alright, which once again, Skyrim just does not do. Skyrim, and I'm not complaining about Skyrim. There's lots of good things about it. I've actually been playing a bit of it lately and kind of toying around in my head with some kind of Skyrim Let's Play, maybe heavily modded Skyrim Let's Play. More on that later, but Skyrim's main quest is just relentless. It's not very good. It's not very well written. It's somewhat interesting, but its delivery is so bad that it's almost cringeworthy, and it detracts from what is otherwise a really great game to explore by constantly nagging you. Anyway, lots of stuff to say about that. But all right, let's figure out what he means by Blade Apprentice here. I'm promoting you to the Apprentice rank, effective immediately, and here's a little present: 2 spell scrolls. The Diviner Intervention will recall you to the nearest Imperial Shrine, and the Amsivia Intervention will recall you to the nearest temple. They come in handy for a quick getaway. No, Hlena, no thanks needed. You're doing great work. Now, get out of here and let me read. Once again, get out of here and let me read. Awesome. Yep, this is good. So yeah, we are once again set free, set loose in the world. And boy, are we going to take advantage of it. A couple things. I'm going to head over to the temple, grab our alchemy gear. I also think I noticed in our inventory, I was looking at it earlier before I, pressed record here. I'll keep these. We have an Almsivia intervention, and we have both spells, but I don't think we can. don't know if we were even able to cast them, to be honest. Oh, those are scrolls. We might be able to cast them. I'll keep them just for safety, but I'm gonna sell those scrolls to an enchanter. I don't like scrolls a lot. I see their function. I see scrolls as like what you use in a last resort because you don't gain any skills by using them. They're often fairly powerful, but you don't train anything by using them. So maybe it's just me kind of metagaming in a weird way, but I find it's kind of a waste. You know, if you blast all of your enemies with scrolls, you don't actually train any of your skills to kill them. But yeah, I know there's an enchanter in here. Let's just wait for an hour. Yes, it's you. Take those. Scroll of Vitality. I would keep a health scroll if it was a good one, but this is not a very good one. 2 points for 60 seconds. 2 points for 60 seconds. It's good. It's good for like after battle, but after battle we don't need scrolls. A good healing scroll would be something I would use in battle if we were about to die. But 2 points per second, you know, if we're fighting some great orc and he you know, has a hammer hovering over our head, and we cast one of those scrolls, he's likely to land another hit before the scroll's effects are actually make it worthwhile. Right, so I need this stuff, and then I need to go on a little extracurricular field trip back to Saturnine to grab that thing that I forgot on Oliver. This is gonna happen sometimes, and again, I'd rather, let me walk us over to the Silt Strider here. I'd rather just fix it quickly off screen. I'll just use the center on cell command in the console. Because I'm not gonna pay the Silt Strider again just because I the player forgot something that I don't think Hlena would forget. Yeah. So, sorry about that, but I will be right back. And here we are. Apologies for that. Let's take the Silt Strider now to Aldrun. It'll be nighttime by the time we get there. 80 GP. Fairly expensive. There's a damn good reason we're not. This is not our predominant mode of transportation. That mod I installed really does balance things, I think. So that's been a very long day of travel. We actually started this day in that shrine. It's been Helena's had a big day. We have been in Morrowind for just 3 weeks, which is crazy when you think about it. Let's go to the Aldrun Temple and rest. Get out of this horrible storm, mostly. And yeah, we're just going to stop into Naminda and give her this helm.
Yes, okay.
Which was very difficult to acquire. We acquired it without bloodshed, and by having a long, horrible conversation with an unpleasant Lalu character, or a rather arrogant Lalu character at that hotel in Balmora. So yeah, man, it is. I want to see how the torch, whether the torch particle thing is still. It's probably still a problem. Yeah, it's still a problem. I will. I've been meaning to try and fix that. The weird, dithering, weird thing that goes on there around the edges. I've been meaning to try and fix that, but I just haven't gotten around to it, to be honest. I'm sure someone on Discord or the various forums will respond. I've got something muddled up in my mods probably that's doing that. Anyway, we're gonna rest until, I don't know, morning. 7 hours is fine. Oof. Let's go another hour. Very early in the morning. Go see Naminda. and then we will take the Silt Strider back. I'm going to assume, let's just assume, we were just in the, you know, the Aldrune Temple there, and let's assume that, or the Balmora Temple, really, we were there as well. Let's assume that Hlena has had a conversation with someone in the temple, maybe that enchanter, and he mentioned that there was a beautiful temple somewhere down south around here. There's beautiful, you know, beautiful temple, and that she ought to go see it and do a pilgrimage of sorts in that area. And that'll be our lore-friendly, you know, our lore-friendly excuse to go to Tamriel Rebuilt. Because that's the plan. That's the plan. Very, very excited about that. Very excited about seeing parts of the game I haven't seen before. There's the old Ebonheart content that was released last year, I think. In 2019, I think, maybe early last year or the year before, and then there's Andorothren, that whole region, which has a bunch of content that wasn't there before.
What did I do to deserve this honor?
I mean, we really don't know each other that well, to be honest, and my reputation can't be that good. What is my reputation? 1. Yeah. I think one of the things we did when we were up north is we rescued that Redguard woman from the Dahrk Shrine, and at great peril, to be honest, and that was truly heroic on Helena's part, I think, because she really should not have been in there. She had no business in there at level 4 or whatever level we were at, and it involved some sneaking and some luck and some mild save scumming, and that gives you a big faction boost with the Redoran, with House Redoran. I didn't I just bumped into it, like I was improvising that. It's not something that I intended. It just sort of happens on its own, as things do in Morrowind. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to take note of that we have 90 disposition with her, even though our rank is not that high. And that's partly because we rescued that woman. He said that he would let the Redoran know. Right. So, did you get the Founder's Helm? Yes. Good work, Hlena. You've recovered the Founder's Helm and have not brought shame upon House Redoran. Will you give me the helm now? Yes. Oh, that's, if you say no, it's stupid. It's not, it's a pretty stupid. Unless you kind of don't want to be in House Redoran. Thank you, Hlena. You handled Alvis Terry well and did not shame House Redoran. Let's talk to her about advancement. I'm not going to take another job from her, because we're out of here, man. We're going down to, you know, we're just going to let her know, hey, Naminda, I'm going to be off for a bit, you know, doing a little temple pilgrimage down south in the mainland. You know, still committed to House Redoran and honor and all that shit. You have a good reputation, but you do not meet our requirements. House Redoran honors strength and endurance. We value all the skills of war, but especially the arts of Longblade, spear, blocking, marksmanship, and athletics. Interesting side facts. Marksmanship is not a Redoran skill. This is this dialogue that's an error, basically. I'm actually surprised that patch for Purists hasn't fixed that, or one of the other patches, one of the other. You know, it's interesting. That's an interesting, you know, that to me is more of an omission or a bug than it is kind of lore friendly or anything. I guess, I don't know. Who knows? Not a big deal. Alright, so that's that. It is early in the morning. We're going to take the Silt Strider back to Seydonin, where we are going to try and get a boat to go to the mainland, if possible. To be honest, I don't even remember. I don't even remember if I know I have TR Travels. That's the plugin you need to make fast travel work with Tamriel Rebuilt, and I have that, the latest version, I think, of that installed. I think there might actually be a later version. I might need to go and double check and see if I need to upgrade my Tamriel Rebuilt. I'll probably do that. Probably do that next episode. I should probably drop a save before we go anywhere, to be honest, just to be safe in case I need to fix something off screen. But yeah, so I think we can get there from Seydonin, or if not, we can get there from Ebonheart, I think. So we'll find out. And if we can't, then we're gonna make it work. Seydonin's not a bad spot to be. We can walk from there. Alright, take me back. Wait, do I have everything I need? Have I forgotten anything? Yeah, I've got everything I need. Take me to Seydonin. Oh, right. I have to go to Balmora first and then Seydonin. Okay. We were really splurging on the Silt Striders. But why walk when you can ride, right? And Seydonin. You know, Hlena's been doing a lot of walking lately, and I think she feels it's a welcome relief to do to sort of cover some of this ground. What have we done here? We've gone from there to there to there to there to there, all in one day. Actually, that's a day trip by Silt Strider, with a stop along the way. A business trip we went on. Right. Not that the House Redoran paid us anything, did they? It's not like we get paid for the work that we do. We have to find our own source of wealth. Yeah, no, I think Hlena is a good. I think in terms of like House Redoran, again, I don't think she's really dogmatic about all that honor and, you know, bringing honor, not bringing shame to House Redoran. I don't think she's super dogmatic about all that, but I think she appreciates it. I think she appreciates the kind of respect that you get for being kind of self-reliant in House Redoran, and that's not something that's a big part of House Talvani or House Lalu.
Anytime now.
Okay. Do you... Sentius Veros, can I travel via you? I'm Sentius Veros, shipmaster of the Coast Guard. I row regular patrols around the coast, spotting for the census and excise cutters. For a fee, I can take you along on my patrol to one of the regular ships, which will take you to your destination. I should save. I'm just going to. I'll just call it travel test. And I'm not even sure if he takes us to any of those destinations now that I think about it. This guy, I don't think he's in the vanilla game. Also, this gate is. Should just open that gate. Probably just unlock. Probably just sneak and unlock. Yeah, let's just do that. Good thing I saved though. This is silly. Having to. Alright, can you see me? Yeah, everyone can see me. I can't unlock this gate.
That was the strangest book I've ever read.
Fine, whatever. I'll do it later. Wait, can I do it from here? No, too far. Oh, totally. This is total silliness. I'm going to try this once just for kicks. If I can get that gate open, it'll be really satisfying, because I don't know why it's locked to begin with. Our crime has not been reported. Hello? Do we have bounty? Nope. Oh, our reputation's gone up. Cool. I think that's from that last Redoran quest. What? What just happened? Did I unlock? Oh, there's 2 gates here. I see. I see. How come you didn't see me? Huh.
Think it'll
Oh,
rain?
I need Oliver to follow me. Yeah. That was a close one. Follow me. I don't know if Oliver will be able to get in the boat. I don't know if the boat will take us where we need to go. Can you possibly not do that? Can you, like, come over here and we'll just walk you around? I have no idea whether fast travel works with Oliver. I'm pretty sure Silt Striders don't, but... Right. So, Ebonheart, Hlaod, Tain, and Ranim. I have no idea. No idea. I'm gonna quick save, and I will load. I'm not like. Let's try Tain. I don't know where that is, and if it takes us to like in the opposite of where I want to be, then we'll just not. We'll quick save and we'll go to Ebonheart and do it that way. I'm gonna just look at the map and see where the hell we are. Interesting. This is fine. I think I'm okay with this. Oh, Oliver followed us. That is so cool. Oh, thank God. That really saves me having to do some weird water walking with a Guar. Yeah. Welcome to Tain, guys. I have no idea what this place is. It's got a very similar architecture to Saint-Denis. But
hello.
But that's a tale for another night. So we are in Tamriel Rebuilt. We will continue. What time is it? We will continue to be in Tamriel Rebuilt for quite some time. Oliver will. Oh, I'm so glad he can get on boats. Oh man. Oh, and you were so well behaved. You didn't glitch out. Nothing weird happened. You're just sitting there nice. Oh man. Nothing better than a good follower mod. Right. So, that's it for this opening chapter of my Let's Play of Morrowind. Hlena's not going anywhere. I will be back very shortly, probably this week, if not in a week's time. I will try and get the next episode up. I'm doing about 2 episodes a week, but this will be the end of the first chapter of this Let's Play and the beginning of a new chapter. So I will see you again soon. If you've been enjoying these videos, hopefully please subscribe to the channel if you've been enjoying these videos, like the video, etc. And I'll see you next time. Ciao.